So I did a video with this 2-year-old on the very first saddling, and then I did one more workout, and that was just round penning, basically the same that you've seen in the video, the second day. So this will be the third day, and by the third day I've spent 3 minutes with this horse so far, off camera, getting the saddle on and moving him out in the round pen. And I didn't show that because we've seen that before, and basically just warming them up a little bit in the round pen, but pretty quickly we want to get them out lunging out in the open, because that's where you teach them not to pull. And we'll always be going back, I mean, shoot, up to 120 days the whole horse's life. You can always go back and do some round penning when their heads are up and they're excited, but it's pretty quickly we get them out and do other things. And usually with my rides, at least in the very beginning, I only spend 2 days in the round pen. So, but back and forth, we'll always use the round pen. It's probably my handiest tool I have for training a horse. This horse has never been lunged before. We're going to give him his first lesson today. So I'll start, being he's never done it before and he doesn't know what I'm asking. I'm testing my body up so he knows to move. And there's the first step on a horse that's never lunged before. There we go. Good. When your feeling and timing is right, none of this is going to go as fast or look this easy. So don't expect it to, unless you have a huge amount of horses behind your belt. Especially on a horse that's never done this before. I'm standing behind the drive line, worried about her trotting. So what I'm going to do is keep doing different patterns. I started with the just lunging one way and then stopping for her to get used to lunge. So now when I turn her, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to move that hindquarters over, take him a few steps towards me, and go in the other direction. No matter what we do with these horses, everything's got to be done both ways. This is what I like to use for a stick, mainly because I'm strong enough to handle a bigger, heavier one, and a bigger and heavier one will last longer. So I don't really need a string on the end. That's personal preference. I mean, there's a lot of different kind of webs. This is okay. So now, without even moving the hindquarters over, and I'm usually only going one circle before I change directions, I'm gonna start trotting her. She's starting to have an idea what to do, and yes, it's gonna be more confusing the faster we speed I'm up. It always is. The main reason I round pended her before, just a couple circles each way, was to get the hump out before we started. She humped a little bit once we got her into the lope. Definitely better than the first time or the second time. So I cluck. This is her, learning all the cues. Cluck means go faster. And then I cluck, and then I back it up with tapping her. When I tap her, if she don't respond, then we tap harder. We start soft and we belt. And the whole time you're lunging, make sure you stand behind the drive line. Remember, she's close enough. You can touch him with that stick. She's close enough to kick you, so you better be standing in the right position. All right, I'm happy with that. So, being she's doing well enough, she just licked her lips. Her face is pretty relaxed, or her mouth, excuse me. Good girl. We're gonna do the next pattern, which is basically we'll move as we lunge. This is a great one for doing out in the open, and this is the main lunging exercise I do once they learn how to lunge. The transitions, when you turn, them turning to go the other way, that's going to be the hard part. Good girl. So basically what I'm doing is moving the hindquarters over and going the other direction. Here again, I'm asking her to trot. And she'll hump a little. She's still getting used to the saddle, so that humping is a direct result of that. That's why all my groundwork is done with the saddle on, because I want them used to that saddle before I ever get on them. So now I'm going to start just letting her walk now as we're getting to the end of the lesson. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that. With these young 2-year-olds, you can definitely overdo it. So you get 2 swipes like that either way, looking nice, you quit for on a good note. Good girl. She's licking her lips again. Good sign that she's learning something and she's relaxed. I'll back her up a little bit. Good. I got 1 step. I'll ask for 2. There. Call that good. Good girl. Every single day we'll work on the flex, because we want that flex halfway decent by the time we get it up. I'm pulling down as I bend. There. Her head came down more and it hit around, but that's something. Good girl. There, that's a pretty good bend. That's all there. Now we're talking. Second time around, that was a good bend. So we'll leave that and go do the same thing on the other side. That's pretty good bend. Get her mouth very loose. That's what we want. Tight mouth horse is a nervous horse. One upper hand. There. Okay, I got 2 bends that were decent. 1 either way. Good girl. On the third workout is usually when I start monkeying with the feet. If the horse that's never been halter broke, it might be a little longer, because them horses tend to, the last thing they want is their feet touch. Yes, I did just pop her in the nose there with my elbow, because